Hello everybody, welcome back to From Rhythm to Algorithm. We continue on with our derivation. What does sensorality stabilize? Continuing on. What is generosity to voluminosity? Right? What is energy to volume? You have more potential for movement if you have more space to move through. Trying to work through that diction, but that's kind of where we left off. Then we just have our generalized form, generosity, directly built off of energy with some added syllability. And then voluminosity, just the general form of volume, but it produces luminosity, right? The base of volume is luminosity. But again, we can have volume to love. Again, shout out to Lex Friedman. You can reflect on this episode when you go to prison. But love to volume, energy to generosity. Sensorality is love energy. And so now we have a slang definition for sensorality. Again, no explanation needed. We are just building up our intuition, showing the logical consistency, or I guess discussing the logical consistency, and then pairing the linguistics, the words, to the experience, to what I am discussing. But sensorality is love energy. It's kind of like Love Island, but, you know. Moving along. Generosity is influentiality, right? To be generous is to be influential. Love is influential. Love is generous. Generosity is love-ly. What is voluminosity to viscosity, right? Luminosity is bright, light is luminous. Does light have any resistance to flow? No, right? There's no... Again, we're just building up this single question. You've never seen physics where it's like you don't have questions, there's no debate. You just generate the proof. You just define the variable sensorality. But point being is, again, the answer, any question, we're trying to find the right question to ask, which without much specificity, what does sensorality stabilize? But showing the direct iteration of that syllability. But again, the logic of the answers is contained within the words. So it doesn't even matter, right? Kind of an extension of don't shoot the messenger, but it's not like, meaning, it's not, I'm not giving you the answer. It's like Brad's not giving you the answer. Bill over there is not giving you the answer. Steve's not giving you the answer. The answer, the logical consistency is present and existent independent of one person. And so we're just trying to pair them up. Any explanation is... Again, I'm trying to show you the intuition along the realization process, but it's pretty much irrelevant. So point being, what is voluminosity to viscosity? Again, if it's a meaningful question, the answer will be contained within a word. What is voluminosity to influentiality? Again, more luminous, right? If you're influential, you're a luminary, right? That's a terminology you'll get. Someone who's luminous, a luminary, a visionary. Voluminosity. Sensorality is emotional, right? The thing's sensorality with this C, inanimate, I think, don't need to say objects, but inanimate things do not have emotions. Sensorality is emotionality. Memorality is influential. Influence impacts. What is the opposite of throughout, right? I've been saying throughout this proof. Right, throughout this derivation. What is the opposite of throughout? Through in? Through is in. If you go through something, you're in the thick of it, like KSI on the internet. But 6-7. Through is in. What is throughout to within? Right, within this derivation, throughout we've been discussing. Throughout this derivation, within this logic. Again, just pairing two words, throughout, within. Internality, inversality. Sensorality is internationality. International, intern. Another good example, like last time previously we did selfless, and then selflessness, and then flissnessality, and then flesh. But again, showing that pairing of like, you taking these compound words and like the syllabilities like pairing up to like bridge over or something. But you're taking syllability from two compound words, or from, I guess, one compound word, but the two words that make up the compound word. And so we see that again with international, right? Intra, that prefixing, we've covered that in depth. National, a complete word, has unique meaning. And then international has, inter is functioning as a prefix. But intern, right, directly pulls off that N from national. Just can't say anything more, but that's occurring. Then we have a kind of fun little something another. I'm not really sure what to make of it, but again, en español, a la derecha, or derecho, and derecho, straight, a la derecha, to the right. But este es a la derecha de norte, right? To the right of north is east. And the two kind of like logical things I'm trying to get at here is este, right? Esto es aquí. This is here. Este es east. Literalmente. Sí. And so, este es a la derecha de norte. East is to the right of north. But again, in like the logical presentation of Spanish, to the right is always very interesting. And then east, using este for esto es interesante. And so, again, pointing out to the right in Spanish is logically presented with something, and then east is este, but people use este, ace, esto. Again, pointing out something that just presents itself throughout the derivation, moving on. But again, in English, kind of the right, where we're saying writing, I even forgot it. I had something yesterday that I didn't write down, but again, write down versus the direction right, and that logic is still present. What is the difference, right? If I have rights and I spelled it R-I-G-H-T right now to a lawyer, they're going to look at me like I'm an idiot. But we have a clear logical development. It was like, that's kind of correct, right? Right is correct. Right is a direction. I have a constitutional right. A rite of passage is an R-I-T-E. But moving along, writing, W-R-I-T-I-N-G, is influential, right? You can literally putting shapes to sounds. Writing is influential. You can preserve logic. You can preserve meaning. That is what we're deriving. All of these people that have run around on the planet before, and we have these experiences. Again, we've all developed logic throughout history, and now we're showing the consistency with the shapes, the letters. Writing is influential. Sensorality illuminates. Luminosity illuminates. Natural definition. Love is illuminating. Love is bright. Bright is right. And that is a natural definition, clearly. But again, building off of this differentiation of right, the direction, and then right, the noun. I have a constitutional right. I don't have a constitutional right. Classic. But love is right. Right is bright. Love is right. Right is good. Love is good. Tight is right. And now you're probably thinking something dirty because you're a sick Jeffrey Epstein subscriber. But tight is right is proven by lefty loosey, righty tighty when you're screwing in a screw. But again, we can have lefty loosey, righty tighty, tighty whiteys, whitey is righty. And now Nick Fuentes is probably happy. But skibbity toilet is whitey righty, right? Your toilet is white, right? What are you saying, Brad? Yep, nobody knows. Nobody knows. But tight is right, lefty loosey, righty tighty. And then I devolved that into a racist joke and then said Nick Fuentes because some random racist dude on the internet. But again, if you come from a world where words can offend you, I just don't, I can't even begin to imagine that level of privilege. But all of this is serious. Again, we're describing and we're demonstrating the inconsistency of language. But lefty loosey, righty tighty was where that written down part ended. Sensorality tightens slack. So again, we're just developing the natural definition, and we're deriving to that completion, nothing else to say. That is what I have. My rights continue to be violated, which is an R-I-T-E-S, but if I were to send it to a lawyer, I'll still spell it with an R-I-G-H-T. Like, I'm not a lawyer myself, but again, that's part of my rights being violated, and nobody have any values, morals, anything. Yeah. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.